Jobs. The jobs report came out, was stronger than expected. What is that going to mean for real estate and for mortgage rates? The Branford renovation, we had some ups and downs. The downs might be a little bit expensive. We'll see how that plays out. I'm Dave with the Bolduc Realty Group. Welcome to my weekly real estate market update. Today's January 5th. If I haven't seen you since, Happy New Year. Let's talk about some key Connecticut market stats. Active on the market today, we had 3,516 versus 3,581 last week. That's a drop of 65 homes. We had 201 new listings over the last 24 hours and 3,020 closings in December. Now, I expect there's probably a few more closings, paperwork getting wrapped up, so I'll check that again. Based on the December numbers we have right now, it's 1.15 months of inventory on the shelf. Very low number. We should see inventory start coming back slowly. It is not going to be an overwhelming number of new listings. It'll come in slowly. December jobs report came in at 216,000 versus a forecast of 170,000. The stock market responded favorably. The mortgage market, not so much. Unfortunately, bumped up toward 6.75%. While not a huge change, it is a change in direction. We were trending down. Now we're starting to move back up. CPI and PPI are out next week. They're going to be important. Easing inflation should help us to get back on that downward trend for mortgage rates. But even with that little bump up, it's important to remember that we still have mortgage rates in the mid 6% range, which is a big improvement over the 8% we peaked out at. Weekly mortgage applications came out January 3rd. It was down 10.7%. I'm not surprised by this based on the fact that we went through Christmas, the dead week between that and New Year's. So it was a pretty slow time. We'll keep an eye on that going forward. We did see a normal end of year winter dip from Thanksgiving until now. I expect we'll start to see inventory climb a little bit, but it's going to be a slow process. And I have two reasons for that. The first reason is there is still more demand than there is inventory. So as inventory comes on, it's going to be consumed. The second thing is homeowners are still facing a big difference between the mortgage rates they have on their current mortgage and what they would have on a new mortgage if they bought a new house. So that is an impediment to people listing even now. Unless there's some black swan event that I'm not aware of, 2024 is shaping up to be similar to 2023. The big things here: low inventory, relatively strong demand, and increasing prices. The big difference between 23 and 24 is that in 23, we were expecting for most of the year interest rates to go up. 2024, we're expecting interest rates to go down. Lower interest rates equals more demand. And I want to leave you with a chart that I haven't really touched on recently, but it's just a quick reminder. Over the last 5 decades, we've seen interest rates all over the place. We're certainly higher than the 2010s and 2000s. We're right close to the 2000s, but we're definitely below the 90s, 80s, and 70s. So just keep that in mind. Even though we're not at the historic lows that we saw a few years ago, we're certainly not at the historic highs that we saw back in the 80s. On to the Branford house. We had some ups and we had some downs. The week started strong. The HVAC guy was there hooking up the heat, getting everything going. Immediately found a couple of holes that we didn't see before that were caused by poor winterization of the system. They're making repairs. It could be expensive because the baseboard is old. The electrician is busy this week. The video is from Thursday morning, and I love to see the light bulbs on in the basement. The electrician expects to have most, if not all, the circuits up by the end of the day today. So that is a huge, huge improvement. The contractor's also got most of the sheetrock up. He's ready to mud everything once we get the heat back on, and then we'll be off to the races. That's all I've got for today. If you have any comments, questions, throw them down in the comments down below. Please like, subscribe, ring the notification. Have a great weekend.